Welcome to this week's episode. I'm Paula Williams.
I'm John Williams.
And we are ABCI, and ABCI's mission is
to help all you ladies and gentlemen out there in the aviation world sell more of your products and services.
Absolutely. So this is kind of a special edition. Back in April, we did an episode about adapting to things that your customers want, right? And we had talked about doing a needs analysis for each of your customers as things are changing this year. This is 2020, so anything could happen at any time to any one of us, right?
And is happening.
And anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and anything that can happen usually does, good, bad, or otherwise. So one of the things that we've been doing is talking to all of our customers about what they want to have different about the way that we deliver our products and services, as well as how they deliver their products and services to their customers, right?
Precisely.
Okay. And there are basically three schools of thought when it comes to marketing and coaching and consulting and getting things done and all of those things, right?
I think you're going to elucidate.
Okay. So, let's say we have three columns, right? So over here in this column, we have the do-it-yourself camp, right?
Okay.
So if you're a startup, if you have zero money, if you have time but no cash, those kinds of things, we've all been there.
Yep, we have.
You're in the do-it-yourself camp. So you're buying books, you're following the directions, you are taking, free webinars, you're doing whatever you can with the resources that you have to get where you need to go. So that's the do-it-yourself folks. And we want to take care of those folks as well, because the better they do, the more likely they are to become great customers for us in the future and great members of the aviation community, right?
Of course.
Okay. So that's the do-it-yourself crowd. In the middle, we have, actually, let's talk about the ones over here. The other extreme first. It's easier to talk about the extremes, right? So at the other extreme, we have the done-for-you camp. And these are people who want to hire experts and artisans and craftsmen and people who are very, very good at what they do. They don't want to have anything to do with it. They want to just pay for a result, get it done, and move on. Exactly. So that's the done-for-you crowd. And in the middle, we have kind of a sweet spot this year, right? With the done-for-you scenario. And what that is kind of a mix of the do-it-yourself and the done-for-you, where you're taking the best of both worlds and combining them in a way that is better than either of the two extremes, right?
And less pricey.
And less pricey. Exactly. So to that end, we are doing what we're calling workshops once a month. If you have one of our calendars, and if you're one of our clients, you have one of these calendars on your wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every month there is a project. And we've done these kind of informally in the past. So November is Focus Social Media. December is budgets and planning. So every year in the past, we've done these kind of informally and ad hoc for each customer because it's been so custom to each customer. But what we wanted to do this year is something a little bit different. So starting in November, Focus Social Media, we're doing a workshop with many of these different ideas in mind. So if you're in the do-it-yourself camp and you have zero money, you can download a tip sheet and improve your social media by following along in the tip sheet and with our workshops, right?
Right.
Okay. If you want us to do everything, of course, we can do that. That's what we've been doing for years for many aviation companies, and managing all of their social media, that's one of the things that we do. And we've got different service levels. So for some of our clients, we are the marketing department for their company. They don't want to ever have to touch a computer, right?
Yep, and they like it.
And they like it, and that's fine. And in the middle, there are people who want to have their ideas and their thoughts and their work, but they want to have some expert help. They want to have some expertise put into that. They want to have some better tools. They want to have things that really help leverage their time, because, over here you've got more time than money. Over here, you got more money than time, you know. In the middle, you have a scarcity of both.
Right.
So you want to make the best investment you can using the time and money that you have available, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what these workshops are for is to help you make the most of the skills and the talents of your team, your own ideas, your own thoughts, your own personality, your own everything, putting together into an end product. And in this case, the end product is going to be 12. I don't have 12 fingers, but 10, 11, 12 social media posts. And the reason we do 12 is because that gives you 90 days or 3 months of content.
Mm-hmm.
And we like to do 90-day tests of anything that we do, because that's about how long it takes to really get a good measurable result. So what we're doing with this workshop is creating 3 months of content for your social media platforms of your choice. And we're providing you with a lot of information about, you know, which types of posts perform best, what time of day to publish,
Which platform?
which platforms you should be publishing to, you know, a lot of different things that you may already have some opinions on, and that, you know, more information from business to business marketing organizations and aviation marketing organizations can help you really zero in on how to make the most of the time and energy that you're putting into social media already.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. So we're going to get into a brief walkthrough and tour, right? Okay. So field trip. See you on the other side. Hey, Paula Williams with ABCI, and I wanted to give you guys a walkthrough of our new workshop format that we're using for our marketing lab, and is also available to people outside of our marketing lab. So for the first time, we're kind of starting to do these projects, collaborative projects, one off with other folks, so that they can kind of get a taste of what we do. And then if you're in the marketing lab, hopefully this will give you a more organized way to use our materials and our projects to really expand your marketing and to give you more marketing value for the dollars that you spend with ABCI and what you invest with us. So I'm going to share my screen and show you this workshop format. So all of our workshops are on our secondary site, which is aviationsalestraining.com. And if you are in our marketing lab, you have access to everything that's in this directory, or at least these workshops that will be in this directory as well. So these will be the blue ones in our course catalog. So the first one that you'll see is 5 social media types that get results for business aviation. And if you click in that, you're going to see that you can join this workshop for some amount of money. You don't have to do that because you're an insider or you're in one of our marketing lab members. So you should already have access to this. If you are not a marketing lab member, then of course you're going to have the option to join this workshop for whatever the fee is that is set for that. So once you get in here, you're going to see, you know, the options for joining. You're going to see how long you have access to this. You're also going to see a course description where we talk about what the result of this project will be. So here, the result is going to be 12 engaging social media posts with measured engagement on your social channels. And we'll talk about why this is helpful for you, or, you know, why you would want to do this, and also how you go about doing this. So that's the course description. We have a course outline, and then we're going to have student reviews. Since this is a brand new course, of course, there's no reviews, but we would love it if you provide one after you go through this and give us some feedback and let us know what you think of this new format. So I'm going to go into the course outline, and I can see, if I am not logged in, I will be able to see this outline, but all of these little icons here will be locks, little white locks instead of check marks. For the lessons that I haven't done, they're going to be white like this. For the ones that I have done, you're going to see they turn green. So those are lessons that I've already completed and have accessed. So what's in here is some information that you can use as you choose. None of this is a prerequisite for anything, so you can skip around in here if you like. You can do whatever you like. So, you know, why social posts, if you wanted to read about that, you'd click in here. And then, we provided the best information that we could find that is current about what's going on in social media and why this is helpful for you. So if you need some help making decisions about whether or not to spend time on this, that might be helpful for you. Other kind of introductory material that we have in here in the course outline is how to use social posts in your sales process. And you can see we have a video that you can watch. You can mark this course complete or incomplete if you've already completed it. You can navigate using these lessons on the side. So you can expand each of these and skip around if you like, or you can go to the next lesson if you wanted to do them in order. You can use these arrows here to go to the next lesson and read about how often and when you should post on social media. So, we've tried to include everything that you could possibly want to know about social media with the latest information we could find. So, the first session is kind of or the first module is kind of an overview of social media and ends with, this is probably the most recommended piece that I can tell you about, and that is the tip sheet. So you can download this tip sheet and see the gist, kind of the summary of what this whole unit is about. So you just click here to download it, and it will download in your browser. You can open it up, and there it is. There's a 4-page tip sheet that you can print off and check off and scribble on and do whatever you like with. I kind of like having at least one piece of paper for any course that we do, just so that you can kind of mark your progress and see where you are. We've got an intro to Canva. If you're new to Canva, of course, as one of our members, you have access to Canva Pro. You have an account there that you can use. If you have any difficulty getting into it, that's perfectly fine. Just let me know, and I'll make sure that you get we reset your username and password so that you have that as part of your membership with us in our marketing lab. And then we talk about the 5 different types of posts that we recommend: an infographic, a behind-the-scenes post, a tip of the week, quotes, and Q&A. So if you click on any of these, you can see the basics of why you would use this, how it can be used, some common mistakes, how you would make this work in your social media, and also some examples, sometimes from our lab members, about how this is being used and what they're using it for. We also talk about the media, the methods, and the tools for social media, producing posts in batches, scheduling, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, everything else. And then the last unit is about measuring success. So how to improve your audience if you feel like your audience is too small, or how to improve your engagement if you feel like your audience is fine but you need them to engage more with you and provide more of those likes and comments, and how to use this. Another really useful thing is how to use this in your sales process, how to use social posts in your sales process, and how to make this part of your habit as a salesperson to engage with people in your social media and make this part of the sales process. And a lot of us struggle with this since it is kind of new. And since in 2020, a lot of us are not going to events or anything like that. So we kind of need a better way to connect with people using social media that maybe is a little bit deeper and a little bit more effective than what we've been doing in the past. So all of that is there for you to reference whenever you like. All of these lessons will be here through the end of the year for our insiders. And for anyone who purchases this course, of course, you're going to have a limited time to use this. If you are one of our insiders and wants access to this after November, of course, you can do that. In November, we're going to be publishing, or in December, we're going to be publishing a new workshop, and that will be about budgeting and scheduling, planning your marketing calendar for 2021. So each month, we're going to have a new workshop that is a new course in this catalog. So you can watch for those blue ones and join them anytime you like. And if you have any trouble getting into any of these and you are one of our lab members, just let me know and we'll do what we can to get you in there. And let me know what you think. Is this a better investment for you? Does this help you maximize your investment with us and help you prioritize those office hours and those project hours that you get with your membership, and also help you use those tools like Canva and those SEMrush reports and other things that you have access to? We want to help you use those better and make it even more worth your time and money to engage with us. So that's the intention of these workshops. And of course, we also have the intention to use these workshops to engage with people who maybe aren't our Marketing Lab members, who just want a particular course or a particular topic, so that you can engage with us just on a one-time basis or an as-needed basis and that kind of thing. So that's the intention. Let me know what you think. Have a great afternoon.